Buenos dias! Welcome back to Invite Only, right here on Play Everything. Invite Only is Play Everything's weekly conversational nerdy news podcast where we talk all things from video games to pop culture and really anything in between. We've kind of been going off the rails lately, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of been everywhere. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
A little bit of the pandemic on our hands, some might say.
Pandemic. It's going crazy.
Have you been holding up? I will say this is the least I've ever seen Shawn Flowers in my life, and I live with him. So, how are you holding up in your little bunker?
I've my inner clock, my bodily clock has begun to change. Nights are becoming days, days are becoming nights. I don't really know when I should be sleeping. You just kind of just stay awake until you don't, and then you wake up. And then you may only have 3 hours of daytime left. That happens. But wash my hands, drinking water. Just try to stay safe and
Washing my hands and drinking water. Next T-shirt. You told me you woke up at 5 p.m. today.
Yeah, I woke up at 5 today. I think it was about 5.
Seems like a problem.
Possibly, but we'll get it solved. Same time we get Corona solved.
What time did you go to bed?
Is that a question you really want to know?
Yeah. 8 in the morning?
Not 8. I woke up
7 in the morning.
What time did your alarm go off this morning?
7, 8.
Well, then a little after that.
That's when you went to bed?
So I went to bed.
God damn.
It's good night for me then.
Oh my God. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Here I am 10 hours later.
How are you doing? What are you doing to stay busy while the world's burning?
You watch TV.
How much TV is there to watch?
Possibly. I don't watch a lot of TV. Gaming it sometimes. I don't game it all the time.
Then what do you do if you don't game it all the time and you don't watch a lot of TV?
Talk, conversation, walk around the block. I run little errands.
What errands have you run?
Come on, man. You're getting all my business.
What errands have you read?
I'm running errands. And then just relaxing.
What errands have you read?
I'm not going to get into what I do. But I do things outside the house that I have to leave the house. And I come back to the house. And then I'm back in the house. You
don't leave the house.
All right.
I don't believe it.
I try not to, honestly. If I can help it, I try not to leave the house.
Well, we hope you out there are doing okay while you're sheltered in place and you are self-quarantining. I'm glad we're able to provide you some kind of entertainment. I can't believe you watch us. Thank you. I appreciate you. Also, if you are watching on YouTube, subscribe. And if you don't watch on YouTube, subscribe to the audio. It helps us both ways, even if you just watch one or the other. We're supposed to be live, but we had some technical difficulties, so this is going back to our pre-recorded episodes. Tambo's not here because Tambo went MIA and just left us. And so that's what's going on. Thoughts and prayers to Compa Andreas. Send him your love on Twitter at Compa Andreas. And it's me and Shawn continuing to hold it down during this thing.
Yeah, it's getting rough, but
you're saying games, so you still playing the same games? Apex?
Still playing Apex. Still playing Monster Hunter.
Nothing new?
Finishing up God of War. Nothing new, really.
I saw you on God of War. How far are you?
I honestly, you know what I had to do?
Restart?
I had to restart because I didn't know how to play. And so now that I know how to play, I've continued my last save where I was towards the end of the game. I didn't know combos. I didn't know stories. So now I'm back.
You should have just played it all the way through.
On that restart stage?
Yeah, on that restart.
I was almost done with the other one. I think I was 1 or 2 realms away.
Oh,
maybe
so
3.
Then you beat it?
No.
Oh, but you were almost done.
Yeah, I was almost done.
But you're playing it. You're not done.
I restarted.
So do you think you're actually going to beat God of War?
Final Fantasy comes out.
No, he's not. Are you going to play Final Fantasy?
I am going to play Final Fantasy.
All right, cool. So that's another game.
Final Fantasy comes out, so it's I leave God of War alone for a second, or should I hop back in? Actually, I really like playing God of War. It's really satisfying to play as Kratos. I really forgot how satisfying it was to really kill victims on that game. So that's really satisfying, and the boss battle is a really rewarding feeling. So I might not stop playing it.
It's a great story, man. I forget how good God of War or Spider-Man or Horizon Zero Dawn is. They came and they went for me. Where it's I played them all the way through because I finished things and I thought they were great. And then time just goes on, games come out, and then you kind of forget about it. But God of War was such a place in time where it's like I feel like that's such a complete game.
You know what I think is going to kill it for me in God of War?
What?
I think I'm going to reach a boss battle. It's going to piss me off. I'm going to keep retrying, keep dying, keep retrying. Your is going to keep crying out for me that you don't leave me. And I'm going to just I'm going to leave him.
If you do,
I'm afraid to leave him.
You're bad at games because that game's not that hard.
It's difficult.
No.
It has its moments.
Not really.
You can be unprepared for fights.
The only hard part's the Valkyries, and that doesn't even have anything to do with like the progression.
I mean, Valkyries are key if you want to get certain items, but I mean, outside of the Valkyries, I'm not even talking about the Valkyries in general.
That's what I'm saying. So the general game, if you can't beat it, you're bad at games.
Look, I run into dungeons where like I came unprepared and like you don't want to go all the way back out to like get the necessary items, so like you just fight what you have, you know? I don't have like the resurrection stone, so I can't bring myself back to life.
Bad at games.
So like everything hurts, and like, you know, like when they do like the hard damage, like it damn near kills you.
Well, Shawn Flowers is bad at games, but that's okay. That's what the rest of us are here for. I don't even know if that really makes sense, but okay.
What?
You're better at multiplayer games where it's like actually more difficult?
Well, yeah.
So computer is smarter than you.
Yeah.
All right, AI gets them. Really stumbles them. So that's all you've been really playing? That's interesting you don't jump back into God of War. Anything else? Yeah, you excited for Final Fantasy VII?
I am excited. They dropped the last trailer today or yesterday. Or was it a couple days ago? I don't know. They dropped the last trailer they're going to launch for the game. It looked pretty good. I'm excited for it.
Okay.
I read a review from IGN. I'm sorry. I read a review from IGN. And like IGN was saying it was decent. They were talking about the gameplay a little bit and how like switching characters feels like switching weapons, which sounds interesting. I don't really know how it's all gonna interact together, which I'm kind of interested to see. But like, I'm interested for the game. It sounds like it's something that's gonna be like really like dynamic.
Well, I'm really excited to hear your impressions on that next week. As for, I mean, anything else you want to add?
For me, no. What you going through? What's up with you?
Been almost through Doom. I'm on like the last like stage. I see
you've been playing it.
Yeah. God, that one boss, like the Hell Priestess.
Was it hard?
Like that. Yeah, she's a bitch.
You know, I actually heard that game is pretty easy.
Interesting. What mode?
All of them. Like
all of them.
It's not a hard difficulty.
Yeah,
like,
all of them.
Even the hardest difficulty is kind of like below
easy.
average.
Super easy. You should play it. You should play on the hardest since it's so easy.
I'm
sure you'll think.
I'll just hear what you have to say about it, and then I'll just take my note from there. You know?
I'm sure you'll finish it.
I might get halfay through.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's so easy. You should be able to just breeze through it all.
How's Death Stranding Medieval?
First of all, I haven't even started Death Stranding, so you can't even give me shit on that one. All right.
Okay.
Medieval. Right. I will jump. Look, if I had time like you, I didn't have to go to work. Look, we'd be live right now. We would be, I'd be through Medieval for sure. I'd be done with it.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of things I'd be done with. You know what I mean? But I don't got the time. I don't got the luxury of
I'm sorry.
Being home.
I'm sorry you don't have the luxury. You know, it is a luxury, honestly. It's a blessing and a curse, like a double-edged sword, especially around these times where people are losing their jobs. But, I mean, some bad things have good things in them, you know? So just got to take the good.
That's your knowledge for the day. No, I mean, it is one of those things where it is double-edged sword. Luckily, you're still getting paid while you're not at work. And the people that aren't, take the time to really focus on something you want to do and pour it all into that if you're out. That's like my one piece of advice, because that's what I would do. I would really just, obviously there are safety nets for you so you're not completely stressed, but I would definitely take the time to actually pour into something that has been a passion project or something that you really want to go full board with, because honestly, it's weird having that feeling of like, I'm thankful I have my job, but at the same time, I want to be working on the passion project. I almost want an excuse. It's weird. But again, I am thankful I have my job still. I'm thankful I still have somewhere to go to work.
Yeah.
But it definitely is something where it is, I want to work on this more. I want to have this all. I wish we could be live right now, but we don't have Tambo right now. We don't have anybody, I got here like an hour ago and I had to take a phone call, and then, there goes the troubleshooting time I had. And then I got things to do because then I got work tomorrow, and it just goes in one thing into the next thing. And then, so that's the one hard thing about this. But like I said, I've been playing Doom in my free time. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty Warzone. I'm kind of waiting to see where the next game's gonna grab me. I don't know. I'm interested because Final Fantasy. I'm gonna kind of wait till you have it to kind of see how combat is. Maybe put it in for a little bit, see how it is. But yeah, it's kind of all uncertain right now. I'm not sure where I want to go with gaming. Like in terms of right now, I'm really comfortable with Call of Duty, and I'm about to finish Doom. I'm about to platinum Doom. I'm definitely gonna go for the platinum on that. I think it's very doable, very achievable. I just gotta get through these last stages, and it's almost getting to the point now where it's like that feeling which you feel often, where it's like, okay, I think I'm done with this. But Doom has enough there to where it's like, okay, I'm gonna finish this.
You haven't gotten to that point where you feel like you've got a good understanding for the game, like you don't feel yourself getting better.
I
the
got
bosses kind of start meshing together, like more or less you do the same thing to beat them.
No, I mean I got a great understanding for the game, and Doom definitely makes you switch up your play styles, especially with bosses. But at this point, it's just like, do I want to keep playing this? Like, not that it's a bad game. I really do love it, and it's such a game. Like in terms of like again, not story focused but mechanics focused, all the different added things that they added, like the boosts and the grenades and the everything, right? All the gadgets essentially, and there's a good gameplay loop. It's just I'm waiting for, I got nothing else to play, right? So that's the one thing where it's like, okay, I could double down on this. I'm gonna finish this.
Is this your first Doom Slayer game?
Yeah.
Have you played any other games?
Yeah, no, this is my first Doom game. I'm really enjoying it. I played the N64 one.
I played one, I think it was on Xbox.
Yeah, and then I know there's Doom 3 on Xbox, which, again, I didn't play that one. I played the older one. Doom games have always been meh to me. But again, I wanted to pick something up so I have something to talk about on the podcast and kind of delve into, and I really enjoyed it. I really have. It's an amazing game, and I do recommend it. It is a fun game, and it's going to be in a lot of Game of the Year conversations, I think. I think it's going to be in a lot of just Game Award conversations in terms of like design or, a myriad of things that it could be. So at the end of the year, this is going to be highly praised. It's just at this point, I'm ready to move on, but there's nothing to move on to.
Has your Game of the Year came out yet, you think?
No.
No? You still waiting to see what's in the pot?
Yeah, we got Ghost of Tsushima left. Yeah. We got, which I don't think is going to be my Game of the Year. It doesn't seem like my type of game. Huh?
Did that get pushed back, or are they still...
No, so on that, it's going to be Last of Us Part 2 that has been delayed, which we'll get into the news. I'm bummed. I want to see when it comes out. I hope it comes out this year. I think that's probably going to be my Game of the Year, I would imagine. I assume that's going to be everyone's Game of the Year when it comes out. Yeah, man, it's a weird time that we're in. Like, I'm looking for the next thing, and I hope there's another game that comes along. Like, Resident Evil 3 is out right now.
I heard about that.
And I'm not a big Resident Evil guy. I haven't played the first two, which, again, have really been critically acclaimed, especially with, like, the remaster and how they went about it. It's just, I feel like that's not my next game. Doom, to me, was like, okay, I want to try this. I want to get into this. This is going to be, like, my next thing, aside from Warzone. And then now, after I finish Doom, I don't want to just go back to Warzone. Like, I want something else to move on to. So, it might be Death Stranding. It might be finishing up Medieval. Oof. Or I might try Final Fantasy.
Okay.
But
okay.
I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. I'm a
loss.
You
didn't sound like you had any hype for Final Fantasy.
It's those lows. No, I don't. I'm not a Final Fantasy person. Like, just in general. You're a Final Fantasy person. I am not.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things where I'm interested to jump into. It looks pretty. It looks like it's mechanically sound. I just don't know how long it's gonna hold me. So that's why I don't like. That's why I don't like starting things, because I don't want to not finish them.
Well,
and that's not a jab at you.
You just don't know until you try.
That's not a jab at you.
Yeah, it was a slight jab. That's why you paused. It's okay though.
I caught it,
everyone caught it. It was a jab.
But that's good. Well, you ready to get into some news?
Let's do it.
News. Thanks for that. Thanks for holding that over.
The news?
Yeah.
Oh.
They hit me with that news.
That was, you say the news, and then I hit them with the...
Yeah, but like Compa usually goes, let's get us some news. And I go, news. And you did that little...
I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize.
Well... as I just said, Last of Us Part 2, Iron Man VR delayed indefinitely. Sony announced this week that The Last of Us Part 2 and Iron Man VR are both indefinitely delayed due to COVID-19. In its tweet announcement today, Sony said the delays are occurring because the global crisis and preventing us from providing the launch experience our players deserve. Naughty Dog went into slightly more detail in their own tweet, saying the good news is we're nearly done with the development of The Last of Us 2. It reads...
Paper.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Okay.
We're in the midst of fixing our final bugs. However, even with us finishing the game, we are faced with the reality that due to the logistics beyond our control, we couldn't launch The Last of Us Part 2 to our satisfaction. We want to make sure everyone gets to play The Last of Us Part 2 around at the same time, ensuring that we are doing everything possible to preserve the best experience for everybody. I am interested in this because why did they delay it? They're almost done.
You think it's an excuse to launch with the PS5?
Well, what I saw, which I thought was an interesting take, was it's probably not a good idea to launch a end of the world game at the end of the world.
I mean, hopefully. Do you think this game has a good ending? Because that would kind of ease people in,
No. Dollars to donuts. This game does not have a good ending, like in terms of lighthearted feel. This game is gonna end dark.
Of course, but do you think it's gonna be a satisfying, okay, everything's gonna be all right?
No.
Type of oh.
No, I really do not think.
I don't know Last of Us at all. I don't know Last of Us.
I feel like this game is not even Last of Us 1 ended dark. It wasn't like everything's gonna be okay. It was they got out of that situation, and then it's he's kind of a dick, and then it's wait, nothing got better. They're still in this pandemic. So I don't think Last of Us 2 is gonna end good in terms of happy.
Even still, if it wasn't a happy movie, movies on Netflix that are like Contagion and other in the world movies are kind of thriving right now. I think people 2012, those are some movies that people looking to watch. It's almost trending at this point. So I feel I
even watched
any time. Yeah,
this last week, just because I was I need something that's life ending, really dark. So I don't know if that would be the.
I feel if any
reason.
time maybe
I
this
don't know
would
if they're
thrive
going
at this point.
I don't know if they're going into work, so I don't know if there's still some bugs to fix. I don't know if it's that they feel not everybody's gonna play it, which I feel everyone would play it if they released it when they were gonna release it. I don't know. I don't know what their thought process is, especially for the VR one, which is interesting. The Iron Man VR, which
that one I don't know. Maybe that one's maybe not even close to being done.
Yeah, I would imagine it's probably just affecting its development. It is a bummer. Again, the more time, though, they're going to have more time to dump into this. And it's indefinitely, so they don't have a hard deadline.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited because that means more polish time. Like they said, the delay that they did on The Last of Us 1, I think it was 3 months or something, or a month. It was enough time to go from a good game to a great game, an amazing game.
I like delays. I like being pushed back. I like the idea of them having more time, but I've had games where I've looked forward to and they didn't come out for 5, 6, 7 years.
Well, I definitely think this is different though.
I would hope so. I really do.
It's not that situation where it's it's just in development hell. The game's done. So I think they're delaying it for some kind of PR or some kind of that they're not able to work on it right now because they can't go into offices or I'm not entirely sure why. I don't think it's a development hell thing. I just think it's one of those things where it's something's going on with COVID popping up where it's they have to delay it. Which again, that gives them more polishing time because again, this isn't going to go on forever. So if it's indefinitely, let's say things go back not to normal, but lockdowns kind of released.
Yeah, I feel maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the fact that retail stores are starting to close in different parts of the world that they're maybe not or worried that people aren't going to be out and be able to go up buy the copy.
That's true. Because they have bad internet, something like that.
Because lockdown, they're not able to get out the house.
I'm interested. But again, lockdown's going to be lifted by the time this was supposed to launch. So,
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to take a safe approach. Like I said, maybe it's just an excuse to delay to the PS5.
Yeah,
comes out.
Who knows? That's definitely going to happen, but it's also going to release on PS4. So, speaking of PS5, we talked about this last week or the last podcast. GameStop basically saying, "Oh, they don't see a delay on the PS5. There's no reason to believe." And again, from GameStop, they want all good news.
GameStop is struggling.
Yeah, they don't want anything to keep their shareholders from worrying. And Sony also backs this up, saying Sony doesn't see the pandemic affecting PS5 launch. The global pandemic is creating uncertainty for a host of businesses, but Sony said today that it hasn't changed too much for PlayStation just yet. As yet, that's the important part, and I don't see the PS5 coming out. As reported by Bloomberg, a Sony spokesperson said the company doesn't expect the novel coronavirus COVID-19 to have any notable impact on the launch of the PlayStation 5 this year. Beyond that, Sony also released a statement today saying it believes COVID-19 will have no material impact on its gaming business for current fiscal year, which ends this coming Tuesday, March 31st. While it hasn't seen any issues with software delays to date, which obviously this article was written before The Last of Us 2 was delayed,
right.
The company said it is keeping an eye on production schedules for first-party and partner studios, primarily in the European and Europe and the U.S. However, a number of Sony's other businesses have already felt the pinch, with canceled concerts, theater shutdowns affecting its music and movie business, respectively. Sony Electronics segment has also been hurt by retail closures, supply chain instability, and factory shutdowns, which, again, if we go to chain instability and factory shutdowns, that would affect the PS5 as well.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
So, do not count on the PS5 for coming out this year. Like, I really do not think it's coming out at all, no matter how much they say it's not going to be delayed. And if it does come out, if it were to come out, good luck getting your hands on one.
What if they mass produced before, like, COVID came out and they had, like, a bunch of warehouses?
There's no way.
No? All right.
I don't think there's any way that they were able to get enough produced and out of production. I don't even think that they really finalized everything yet.
I mean, the longer this goes on, like, they're releasing more and more about, like, the PS5. So maybe they are telling the truth. They're ready.
I mean, we'll see. I think they think they're going to be ready, but again, with this thing going on and then it being manufactured in China, it's not good.
Have you heard?
Good.
I know the story just came out, but have you heard anything about Xbox saying they're going to be delaying anything?
No. But I that's another thing that I could probably see being delayed depending on where it's manufactured, right? Sony typically uses Tencent. Sometimes they use a Brazilian company to do their production.
Yeah.
If they're using Tencent, though, it is not good. Not good. Not Tencent. What am I thinking of? Maybe it is Tencent.
What if, since Sony's been trying to stay, like, bar at bar with Xbox, right? What if Sony's just saying, like, yeah, no, we're ready, waiting for Xbox to say they're not ready, and then they're going to be like, okay, yeah, no, I don't think we're going to make this happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're just trying to keep good PR. I think they're trying to keep hype there, and I think they're trying to keep their stock prices afloat.
Keep them up, yeah.
And that's going to be a big part of their 2020, their fiscal plan, right? But I don't see, because we don't have a cure for this COVID yet. There's no vaccine. This thing is going to go back around. Like, especially if we don't social distance, we're going to be in this loop again. And it's China's going to get it again. It's going to be a rubber band thing, right? Where it's like, oh, it's really bad, and then it's okay, and then it's really bad, and then it's okay. I feel like this is... Well, no, I feel like this is what it's going to be. A real rubber band effect on this thing, because, again, there's no cure. And then if we go back to business as usual, it's going to outbreak again.
And then the strain's going to evolve, and then, it goes from there.
Could.
How long do you think this is going to last? Just like the COVID outbreak, like in general? Like
until we have a vaccine, so a year and a half.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So, who knows? Not to get into COVID news, I'm sure you guys are all over this, but they're saying it could break out in fall again.
Damn. Bad. My school just gave us like a little like a grade forgiveness type of letter. Like, if you do bad, we'll just put as no credit, or if you have a class to go for credit, no credit, and you don't pass, like, they're pretty much gonna like act like this semester didn't exist, which I think is interesting.
Well, no credit still affects you.
I mean, it does affect you, but it's not gonna necessarily affect your GPA.
Well,
So I just think it's interesting that the maneuvers people are trying to take the business around coronavirus is going.
Look, we all know China's, not to get into this, China's not reporting the numbers.
Of course not.
They have a much higher infected rate and a much higher death rate than they're saying. There's just no doubt about it. That like there is no way ifs, ands, or buts about it. So here's the deal, bud. If this breaks out again in China, it is like, again, we go to another shutdown. I mean, China was just shut down for 2 months.
Yeah.
So if you're shut down for 2 months and there's no production, how is that not affecting your supply chain?
Yeah.
When it's affecting everybody else's supply chain. So, yeah. So, like I said, Dollars Donuts, PS5 not coming out this year. Mark my words, not going to happen. Sorry to crush your dreams.
You know, I'm giving you that glimmer of what if, because there's always that what if.
There's always that what if, but
what if they mass produced?
Don't expect it. Do not expect it.
What if Japan and Sony saw this coming? They were all like, you know what? Let's double up on production because we have to beat Xbox. What if they just made that type of move? I don't know.
They did. Speaking of PlayStation, of course, PlayStation 5's controllers were announced today at the time of this recording, and they are calling it the DualSense. Ooh.
The DualSense.
Did you take a look at this?
I did. You know what I liked about it?
What did you like about it?
It was a lot bigger. I like big controllers.
Yeah.
Like
I like big controllers.
Similar to the Xbox 360, but a little skinnier on like the handles, but like similar in size.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I like that it's bigger because the PS4, I like small controllers too. It's kind of a weird mix. It all depends what games I'm playing, but since now I'm playing a lot more like shooter-based games, I do like the bigger controller. I've gotten used to the C40 controller, the Astro one. It's a lot bigger than the regular DualShock, so I'm growing accustomed to the bigger controllers now.
Yeah, so basically a lot of the features is it has adaptive controllers, which is what Xbox did. So, I mean, pretty standard at this point where it can sense how hard you're pressing it. And then it can also, if like you're drawing a bow, it can make it harder to press down, you know. So a little bit more immersion there. Bigger, like you said, heavier, but not too heavy. They made that very clear.
Solid weight where like you feel like it's like a satisfying.
They put a big focus on battery life because that's people's biggest issue with, one of the biggest issues with the DualShock 4.
Oh, yeah, that's just ass.
Yeah, the battery life. So that was a big focus for them. Obviously, it has the cool LED bars, but not like the bar, but like on the side of the touchpad, which they kept the touchpad, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah. I don't know what they're going to do with that. I guess it's supposed to be more interactive with that touchpad now.
We'll see. I don't think so.
I've always felt like the touchpad's like a useless button that like developers are forced to use, like to pull up like a map or to pull up a menu, and then you just kind of use that button. It's just so interesting because it was never really used like on Killzone Shadowfall. Again, launch games will use it. So Killzone Shadowfall had that feature where you had a little drone and you swipe up or you swipe down and swipe left, swipe right to like have it do different commands. After that, honestly, I don't think I've seen anybody use it other than a button. I've seen what was that one game? Was it Infamous, where you can use that. You would use that to like absorb the little like elements or whatever, like one button. Like I've only seen things like that, or like an Apex.
It's a button.
Back to Apex, pull up the map and that's it.
Yeah.
Like
well, even
button.
Infamous, where it's like, button, like just a giant button to press.
Yeah.
So it does have the microphone in it, I believe. It is yeah. I mean, not a whole lot, and the triggers look the same though as the PS4. Which a lot of people are complaining about. They weren't triggery enough.
The PS4 triggers are decent, I admit, but I can see how someone could complain.
They're like it. I mean, again, Xbox triggers are better. I'm not going to defute
it's the skinniness. I really think it's the skinniness of the trigger.
It's the thickness, too, like the travel. Like, you get some real travel out of the Xbox ones.
Like, just pulling the trigger in general? Yeah.
Whereas, like, the PlayStation ones, I feel like you don't get that travel.
I don't like how the PlayStation triggers, like, this fat button on the bottom of control where it's like you just boop. So I guess it goes back to that travel thing, right? Where you just kind of like you get that like that full like satisfying like you actually have a trigger finger where this one's kind of like a tap.
Yeah, I agree.
I get what you're saying.
So yeah, I mean it looks pretty. It's interesting they went with a black and white design instead of just a plain black like they have always done.
It's ugly. I can't wait for the new colors.
You don't like it? I don't think it looks cool.
No, a little white controller with a little blue on the sides. No, it looks ugly, bro.
It's white with black.
It looks like they tried to get as close to an Xbox controller as possible.
I don't think that's fair.
How? PlayStation controls all been black for how long?
Since PS1.
Right, and all of a sudden it's white and big and
black. It's the first time they've done dual color at launch.
Oh, it's dual color? I didn't know. I didn't know it had black. I only seen the white one.
No, it's white. No, it's white and then black in the middle. Have you not seen the controller?
I've seen the controller, but we're talking about the little detailing.
No, it's white and black. Like, that's the color of the controller.
I've only seen the color controller being white.
No, it's white on the sides, and the whole middle of it is black.
Now I gotta look it up because
pull it up. You're looking like a fool right now. It's dual color. Which again, I'm excited to see like the different color variations that they're gonna do. I'm excited to see how the light bar is used. It's really cool. I'm glad they brought the light back on the LED light on the controller. Look, white and black.
It's black detail, bro.
No.
Look at that. It's literally like you have a black bumper buttons, and then you have your analogs in the middle. Right. When you have your analogs there in the center, it's black. Everything else in the controller is white.
That's not detail, though.
That is. What do you mean that's not detail?
Detail would be like the joysticks, and then the buttons, and then the back. That's a whole middle part of the controller that's black.
But I wouldn't call that dual color.
Would you say in Oreo the white's just detail?
Whew. That's a good question.
Yeah, no. Oreo's white and black. You wouldn't say it's black. It's a white.
This is not an Oreo. You're not going to use that argument.
You're right. That's an inside out Oreo.
No.
It's white on the outside, black on the inside.
This is detailed in black.
Let me tell you what.
You got some buttons black, and you have. Hold on, let me get to a different picture because it's literally just those two slots. That's the only thing that's black. Look. How are you going to tell me that's not a predominantly white controller with black detail?
I mean, I would say, yeah, it's predominantly white, yes, but it's a black and white controller.
Okay.
You can't say it's not a black and white controller.
I can't because technically it does have both those colors, so you're right. But I'm not going to classify it as a black and white controller.
That is just ridiculous to me. That's like saying that Spider-Man's limited edition controller is a
red one.
To me, that one would make more sense as a red controller with white detailing.
Because of the buttons are white?
Only the buttons.
It's a little more aesthetically detailed, yeah.
Whereas if that whole center part was white, I would say it's a red and white controller. Anyway, we're getting into the minutiae here.
What are you talking about?
But I'm talking about the fact that you're just like, oh, it's a white controller. It's white and black. It's different.
Okay.
It's the first controller that's been dual color.
Look, my point is that PlayStation's trying to take a hand out of like a bunch of different books to try to change up their game. I don't know why.
And it's weird that it's the end of an era, man, that they're calling it the DualSense. I'm gonna miss DualShock.
DualSense.
DualShock 5 just sounded right.
Maybe they go back to the DualShocks. Maybe they release a DualShock alternative.
If this bombs.
Yeah, I mean maybe they'll release a DualShock alternative like months down or a year down.
USB-C, got that fast charge.
Yeah, that's gonna come in clutch.
Yeah. I want to hold it in my hands. I want to see it. Too bad there's no convention I'll be able to go to actually hold it in my hands and see it. But yeah, so there's some news on a Tuesday, which was randomly dropped. So thank you, Sony. This next piece of news, I actually really am excited to talk about because Randy Pitchford is a piece of shit. So basically, let me just break this down for you.
Set it up for me. What's up?
Come work for me.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So I'm gonna actually have to pay you under what other places are paying you.
Is it because we're a startup or?
No, I mean we're a really big company,
Okay.
But I'm gonna pay you under what everybody's everybody's gonna pay.
Okay, I'm not feeling too good about that. Yeah, but what else you got?
It's okay. I got bonuses for you.
They big bonuses?
Big bonuses. Couple of them.
We got a couple big bonuses. Yeah. Okay, it's worth it. If I get the bonus,
but you're gonna have to take a pay on your base pay.
Base pay, but I
am gonna when this episode comes out and it hits 1 million views, you're gonna get some big bonuses.
We're gonna get that bonus.
Big bonuses. That would probably be more than your regular pay.
All right. I mean, I'll do it because I have confidence that we can make that happen.
Yeah, and I'm a big company.
Yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? You've been critically acclaimed, make some good games. Why couldn't you do it?
Absolutely. Hey, Shawn, the whole bonus thing we talked about earlier.
Like a little bit while ago.
It's coming out.
Yeah. How do you know?
So we're not doing that no more.
We're not doing what?
The bonus thing.
The bonus thing. We're not doing the bonus thing. That was part of the deal.
No, I mean, yeah, kind of.
Kind of?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like in contract or anything.
Oh, so it was just you just verbally hyping me up?
No. I mean, we were planning on it,
Oh, so it was a plan. It just fell through?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ask me if the game did bad.
Did the game do bad?
No, it sold a lot, man. We're doing really well, actually.
The game did really good?
Yeah, we're killing it.
So what changed in the plan?
No, I mean just the bonus, you know.
So no bonus or little bonus?
I mean, you're still getting paid, you know.
I mean, below average, you know.
And that is what happened at Gearbox, verbatim. Gearbox, this piece of shit company.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, bro.
That's fucked up.
Basically, Gearbox is like, hey, we're going to pay you under the industry average, but don't worry. We got lots of bonuses coming once the game launches.
I'd be
And
pissed.
so on this date, we're all going to get bonuses, and it's going to be happy-go-lucky. You guys are going to be so stoked that you took that pay cut, and it's all going to be okay. And then a lot of people were like, I fucking hate living here. I working here. I hate fucking working here. I hate this piece of shit, Randy Pitchford. This is a terrible work environment.
Pitchfork.
But I'm going to stick it out till I get my bonus because I didn't do this for nothing. And then this month comes around, March, and they go, hey.
Everyone's rubbing their hands.
Yeah. Oh, my
like,
God.
oh, shit. I seen the numbers.
Bonus time's around the corner. We're doing great. Borderlands 3 sold great. Like, this is doing great for them.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, man, bonus time's. I'm going to quit this piece of shit job after I get this bonus. And I'm going to be on my way. Can't wait. And then all of a sudden, pulled out from underneath them, hey, that bonus. Exactly what just happened with me and Shawn. I imagine is what happened.
Just so you know.
Hey, we're going to get you to work for us. Oh, awesome. And then they go, hey, bonus thing's not happening no more. All right. You got some donuts back there, though.
Hang up. Hang up, see you soon.
So that's the situation that's going on at Gearbox. I don't know if you have any thoughts on it.
Is this legal? Like, is he legally able to do something like that?
I mean, technically...
Like, I don't know how you get contracted to do a job.
There is some misreporting I did. So employees will get a small bonus checks, but nothing close to the tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands that many had expected or been promised.
Damn. So they got a nice little like $5,000 bonus, maybe even 10.
Yeah.
Damn.
But when I'm like,
average
hey, Shawn,
pay,
it's gonna be $50,000.
I'd be pissed.
Bonus that you're gonna get.
Is that? Can you sue off that?
I'm not if it's in the contract. If
I don't think you can sue off verbal.
If the contract, no, it's not verbal because I'm sure they sign in paperwork, right?
Yeah, okay.
So it probably says when the game is launched, you will get a bonus.
And then the game launched.
And then they're getting a bonus. Just not this,
It's not the bonus that was hyped.
$75,000 bonus that they were promised.
Fuck.
Or some of them even $100,000 bonus. So I'm sure they were promised.
Fuck. Is there more to the story, or is that just like cutthroat? I feel like there's more to this because I don't know who would sign under that agreement.
So then let's read the article if you really want to dive into it.
Say.
So that's why basically 2K is a $1 billion global brand. That's why it was shocking to employees at Gearbox that the developer of the game, when the studio's CEO Randy Pitchford told them yesterday that they would not receive the significant royalty bonuses they expected. Employees at the studio will get small bonus checks, but nothing close to the tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands that many had been expecting. This account is based on conversations with 6 people close to Gearbox, all speaking anonymously because they were not authorized to talk about what happened.
Hell no.
Some said it was crushing news that has upended their financial plans for the future.
Damn.
Gearbox, based in Frisco, Texas, offers its employees below average salaries for the video game industry. According to more than a dozen current and former Gearbox staff who have spoken to Kotaku over the years, to make up for that, the studio offers something unique: profit sharing. Royalties from all of the developers' games are split up 60-40, with 60 going back to the company and its owners, while 40% is distributed to employees in the form of quarterly bonuses. This system has been in place since Gearbox's inception. And when the company has big hits, it can be lucrative. When 2012's massive Borderlands 2 came out, many Gearbox workers made enough money to buy houses, a fact that the studio often touted while recruiting new employees. The game had sold very well, with lifetime expected sales units to be a record for the series. Says Strasus Zinklik, CEO of the 2K parent company, Take-Two.
Butchered his name.
Yeah, I did. On an earning call in February, but it cost way too much to make. One factor was technology swap midway through development with the Unreal 3 to Unreal 4 engine, which added a great deal of time to the project. In addition, before Gearbox would receive any royalties from publisher 2K, Borderlands 3 would have to recoup not just the game's entire budget, around $95 million, but the budget for all the downloadable content for a sum closer to $140 million, thanks to the contract that the two companies had signed. Pitchford also told Gearbox developers that if it weren't happy with the royalty system, they were welcome to quit. According to those who were in the meeting, he did not attribute the diminished bonuses to coronavirus pandemic, which has led the economic uncertainty and pay cutoffs in many other fields. He did say that they hope to get more money to employees in advance from 2K on future royalties. That's shitty.
That's that Randy Pitchford.
Shitty situation. The fact that he's like, if you don't like it, quit. It's like,
Corona really exposing people. Really, like it's really bringing out like everyone's true colors. And I don't know if Gearbox will live to tell the tale. I don't know how much longer. I mean, it's definitely an acclaimed studio, but like, you need people to work for you. You need people to make those games.
Work there, right?
You think so?
No matter how shitty the company is, people are going to still work there. I mean, it's just the fact of it. Especially when you're trying to get into the games industry, you're going to take a job. Like that's what's so shitty about the games industry is it's such a hot commodity. Like people want to work in games, so it's like, if they need people, they'll get people.
But I mean, it really just sounds like Randy Pitchford just hoeing people. Like you just got hoed to make this game.
Yeah,
like hoed.
I agree. I mean, I feel like that's the big case in a lot of these companies. Like
not even wined and dined.
Even on the journalism part, right? The IGNs, the GameSpots, the world, where they make a lot of money. Like, don't be fooled. They make a lot of money, but they pay like shit. Like it's just the reality of it.
Fuck.
So it's like, but they could definitely afford more. And then it's like the fact that this is like the incentive and then they're not getting it. And again, saying that the game costs too much, but at the same time, you're getting like big returns. And I guess the issue is that the game costs too much and the 2K needs to recoup its money before it deals out the dividends, right? Mm-hmm. Before it does the profit sharing, right? I think it is because something like Corona and the 2K has to be a little bit more,
just
stingy. I don't know the situation. Again, this is all speculation, but I mean, just handling it like that, like Randy Pitchford being like, "Oh yeah, quit if you don't like it," and then them being like, "Oh, we will give you advances on your
royalties,
future bonuses." It's like, oh, that's shitty. That's shitty because if you wanted to quit and then you take that royalty advance, now you can't quit.
Yeah. Fuck, Randy Pitchford setting up traps. Gearbox just sounds like a terrible place to work. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it really just sounds like a terrible place, but like, you want to be a part of this team that are making these numbers.
Yeah. I mean, imagine if you're a Borderlands fan, like a big Borderlands fan, like, oh my God, I got a job at Gearbox, and then you just realize how shitty the developer is.
You about to get hoed.
Which is like, first of all, that is a really cool system, and that's a cool system that they've done in the past where it's like it's really paid for people's homes.
That's crazy in itself, and it's crazy that they use that to bring new employees on just to not, give them that promise.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be really disappointing to me. I don't even know what I would do. Like, I don't even know where I would go. Like, as a developer, like, where do I go if I was promised I'd get enough money to buy a house and I got, like, probably, like, less than a quarter of that?
I mean, frankly, like, if I had talent in any way, shape, or form and I was able to make a game, I feel like I would want to go to like a Sony or like even an Xbox. I feel like they treat their devs really, really well. Anywhere but EA and 2K. Like, I feel like that's, that's the way to go.
Those are just the worst to be a part of?
No, those are the best to go to.
EA and 2K?
Oh, no, those are the worst. Yeah,
okay. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I thought you were saying like the rest of the stuff, I'd say. So, I mean, shitty situation. I mean, that sucks. I know none of them are listening to this, but that sucks. That really, really sucks. And my thoughts go out to you. Leave. There are plenty of developers, and I don't tolerate this shit. Like, as a worker,
Corona, where are you gonna go?
They need you. Like, and I know what I just said, like, oh, they could get anybody to fill it. They need you. And if everybody just boycotted 2K, like in terms of not us, the buyer, because that's not going to happen because none of us have any self-control or self-will. And we don't speak with our wallets. But like as a worker, like demand better from your employers. Like demand better. And if they treat you like shit, don't work there. Like, and I know it's a hard decision. I know a lot of you have families, and I know it's not, again, I'm not being a Randy where I'm like, oh, just quit. But like, you need to expect better or you're just going to get walked over. Like, and frankly, take Randy's advice. If you don't like it, quit, and make sure they feel it when you quit, and organize. Like,
quit, organize.
Yeah. I mean, for
people.
real, that would put someone on their ass. Like, that is the best way to make someone feel it. And especially with press like this coming out, like people are going to be skeptical. And if they see everybody mass leave the developer, you're going to teach them a lesson. I mean, that's kind of how life is like you're going to keep getting walked over. And now that they've seen that they can do this, and if they don't get any pushback, this is going to happen again.
Man, I don't, it's just, I don't understand how people could stay in a place that's going to do you wrong.
Well, here's the thing. I get why they're not getting it. Because they're not getting it because the development cost was so high that they're still recouping it, and they can't get bonuses until they recoup the cost. But whose fault is that for being so high? Randy Pitchford.
How's it his fault? Because
you're running this. You're the captain of the ship. If the ship is late, that's on you.
So it's the jump from the Unreal.
Yeah, maybe just keep it on Unreal 3. You know, or make the jump to Unreal 4, be more efficient at your job. Like, that is your job.
Yeah.
Your job is to man the ship, steer the boat, and figure out what the fuck is going on and how to make things more efficient. Like, you're the face of the company. You get all the credit. These people don't. So at least, you know, if you're going to take the credit from everybody, at least know how to do your job, you know?
Yeah, that's important.
And he doesn't know how to do his job. Like, clearly, this is an indication that you don't know how to do your job. The game is selling great. Your people are underpaid. So by all factors available at the moment, you should be able to pay out the bonuses. But why didn't you pay out the bonuses? Why do you have to look at your employees and go, hey, you know how you were going to send your kid to college this year, or how you were going to buy that house this year that you really wanted? And I know you're living in a 2-bedroom apartment because we fucking paid like shit. But we promised you these bonuses. You know why you're not getting that? I know the game's selling really well, and it's the best-selling one in the series, but you know why? It is because I didn't manage shit correctly. My ego got in the way, and I thought, hey, we need to make the jump to Unreal 4. We need to do that, because this game needs to be this. This is my vision. You need to carry out my vision. And then when they carry out your vision, what happens? They don't get the bonus they were promised, because your ego got in the way. So fuck you, Randy Pitchford. Like, that's really how I feel about it, where it is, you like, that's like if Play Everything was on a quarterly bonus or whatever, right?
Right.
And it's about how many views that we got or how efficient we were at putting series out and how everything was running, right? And if I was running the operation, I'm running the operation, and we don't hit that because I said, hey, we need to change out everything in this studio, and we need to do this, and we need to now do this way, and then... But it's not really necessarily the most effective, but it was to make me look better or make my vision of everything 100% perfect instead of being like, look, we need to sacrifice on this. We need to get by
instead of compromise, you just want it.
We need to get by on OBS because if we switched into a different system, it is going to make our whole, back catalog completely irrelevant. Or, you know what? We need to switch from Mixer. I know we have an audience on Mixer. We need to switch to Twitch because Twitch is where everything's at, and Twitch is how I get taken seriously, right? And then we switch to Twitch, and now we have to build the audience up again. It's like, and then, hey, Shawn, you don't get your bonus because I made that decision. Or I made the decision because I didn't want to compromise this, and this because my vision was I wanted it to be this, and my vision is just the most perfect thing, and I need you to carry it out. I don't have the talents to carry it out, but I need all of you to carry it out. And then when all of you carry it out, that's going to cost us, and you're not going to get your bonus because my ego got in the way. And that's how I feel about this situation. His ego got in the way. I'm sure he was not running things efficiently, especially from word out of that developer in terms of how things are run or handled and how much mismanagement there is. And then on top of that, you have bullshit going around like him getting huge bonuses even, again, before this happened, right? There was that story not too long ago where he was getting paid out a lot of money. I was just
about to say, like, isn't this not the first time we've heard Randy Pitchford doing some, like, scammy shit?
He got paid out a big bonus by EA. Meanwhile, the people who actually made the game are not getting theirs.
Yeah.
And it's because he wanted to switch to the Unreal 3. It looks not as good as Unreal 4, and it needs to look better. It's like, cool. Now everybody has to learn everything. Wait for the next cycle, dude. Wait for your next game. Look, if you started on Unreal 3, finish on fucking Unreal 3. Like, you see, like, just have Borderlands come out and look good. You know?
It looked really good.
And I'm sure
everything was really, like, shiny.
Their time would be cut in half. The developers didn't have to learn a new fucking thing halfway through this thing and really drag things out. It's like, that's such a mismanagement part where it's like, if you're Sony and you're Gorilla and you want to switch halfway through and your bonuses aren't based on, it's not profit sharing like this, right? My job is, okay, let's make the game better, right? Let's sell more copies. Let's extend out the development time, yada, 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 right? But if you're profit sharing and this is how you say you pay your employees, as your boss, as your manager, right? I want to make sure you're getting taken care of. I want to make sure you're getting paid. So are we going to switch to Unreal 4 in the middle of this thing? No. The next game, yeah, we'll start on Unreal 4. We'll start from, year one.
That sounds reasonable. That sounds really reasonable.
Yeah. And we'll go up, and the next game will be Unreal 4. Like, that's just the case. But, because I want to make sure you guys get taken care of, and I don't want to skyrocket the production of this game, we're going to do Unreal 3, and we're going to be fine on Unreal 3, because guess what? It's still going to be a good game.
Fuck.
So that's the whole thing that makes me mad about this.
Then the switch, then you're having, as an employee, you're having to spend more time in the office to redo things you've already did on this new system, having to learn that new system. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you get shitted on in the end. Yeah.
And then just the fact where it's like, not too long ago, he just got a fat bonus. And it's like, and then these people just have to be like, well, here's my,
I think it was like 2016 or something.
$2,000 bonus, which, again, people are like, they should be grateful for what they have. No, fuck you. It's like, they're getting paid. They could go to any developer and be getting paid more right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not about, I don't necessarily, I think it's about the time they put behind what they had to do. Look, not necessarily what they did.
American game developers are going to get unionized.
Soon?
I know it. I feel it. It's coming.
Do you feel like it's a good or bad thing? I feel like we'll get a lot more, like, probably better, like, working, like, developers, like, studio environments, but I feel like the games...
I mean, if you look at it, it's not going to really help out indie studios, but, like, if you work for any of the big publishers, mm-hmm. EA, Activision, Ubisoft, Sony, Microsoft, right? Those 5 developers right there are probably 80% of the games industry. All you need is a majority. So if you just organize in those 5 publisher brands and everything underneath, you will get a union. 100%.
Union is definitely going to be needed, especially for these people getting paid below average.
The union debate can go on and on and on. I think that's the right step, but shit like this going on, and like the more and more crunch time that happens, like
crunch time. I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah, with crunch going on and then this shit going on, it is going to be a bad formula. It is not going to be good. Because Naughty Dog, I don't know if this hasn't really been in the news, which I am surprised nobody is covering this. Naughty Dog has shed like 70% of their staff since it started working on Last of Us 2.
Why did they do that?
They're just burning people out.
Oh, shit.
People are coming in, they're getting burned the fuck out, and they're leaving.
Do they get paid?
That's why it's also why it's been kind of stretched out, too. Not this last delay, but the last delay. I'm sure they're getting paid fine. It's Naughty Dog. It's just, it's a huge, there's been reports, again, not from any of the major reputable outlets, which is really surprising to me, but where it's just like the grind is so significant where it's like like, is it worth it? Like, oh my God, like there's just a stretch.
Do you have high hopes for Last of Us?
Oh, it's going to be amazing. And everybody who works there says it is going to be an amazing game, but it comes at a significant cost.
Damn.
So, I mean, that's another thing, which, again, I hope when Last of Us 2 comes out, they get paid. Like, I hope they get big bonuses because they deserve it. I'm sure it's going to sell phenomenally. So,
when time will tell, man.
It's a wait-and-see approach. Again, I wanted to talk about that because that is fascinating to me, and I had a lot to say about that, if you can't tell. Let's talk. I mean, okay, so I don't know if you really have anything to add to the E3. Won't get a digital replacement for the event.
I didn't really have much to add on that. I mean, I thought it was interesting that some of the developers that were going to be there were like Google Stadia, Amazon. I saw Twitter on there. I didn't know exactly what Twitter was going to do. I thought that was pretty interesting, but I think it was kind of crazy that they were on that list and now we're never really going to see what's going to happen with them. Yeah. And if E3 will be next year, like, who's to say they're going to be there again, you know?
Yeah. I think E3 is done.
You think it's done?
I think after canceling the first,
I was seeing that they were announcing like they were gonna do something in 2021. I don't know. I didn't read exactly what it was. I don't remember.
I feel like once the ball stops rolling, it stops rolling.
Yeah, I think the fact that they canceled this digital like event is kind of like almost like the dagger.
We'll see. Maybe coronavirus will really make people itch to have events again. Who knows? So it could be back. But I just don't see it coming back. So, yeah, interesting that they're not going to be doing anything. Again, I always say interesting. I hate it. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 has a remastered, and it's out now. So, basically, they went back with the Call of Duty Modern Warfare engine, and they went and redid the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. I'm very excited to jump into that. I will be jumping into that this week, hopefully.
But why?
What do you mean, why?
Why would you hop back into Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare is out? Like, are you just...
The story.
Just the nostalgia? Oh, the story mode you're looking forward to?
That's the only thing that's coming out.
Oh, it's not multiplayer?
Just the story, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, I mean, essentially, everything from Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer has been improved on and is in Modern Warfare.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, why would they...
No,
but I didn't know that. Okay, well, that makes sense.
Rest there, everything that you want from multiplayer is there.
Is in Modern Warfare.
Yeah, plus, like, amazing game. Like, I've always given Call of Duty shit for just giving us... here you go. Here's whatever we shit out this year, you know? And to me, I've never seen such a focus and drive and hunger and innovation and really big push in terms of like, let's give you more, let's give you more, let's give you as much as possible with this game, where it's like, that's fucking awesome. Like, I have not seen that, and honestly, I wouldn't be mad if the Call of Duty didn't come out. Like, I'm sure a lot of people won't be. If a new Call of Duty didn't come out next year, or maybe they just do the story and they add it to this.
Like year. A DLC?
Yeah. They just do another story and they add it to this. I mean, they won't. But honestly, Modern Warfare, I feel like, is going to have the legs.
You know, and I know you say you've been playing a lot of Warzone, probably a lot of Modern Warfare, just regular in general. I don't feel like that about Modern Warfare. Like, I feel like it's like every other game. Like, yes, it has its moments where, like, it's fun. You're really having a good time with it. But I feel like that drive, that energy, especially coming towards, like, the newer game releases, like, it really dies out. Like, the flame under Modern Warfare does not, like, stay lit for me.
And I definitely think it affects people differently. Modern Warfare is going to go down as the best Call of Duty, I think. It's my favorite Call of Duty.
Easily.
It's my favorite Call of Duty, hands down.
I would agree, hands down, yeah.
But that's interesting because other Call of Duties probably had more of a burn for you, because I feel like you don't play this game at all.
I definitely played probably like Modern Warfare 2 a lot more than any other Call of Duty, and like I played like the first Black Ops, and those games are really good multiplayer and story wise. But Modern Warfare, I would definitely say like overall, like as far as gameplay wise, and I haven't really touched on the story a lot, but just how I've experienced the game is definitely way a bigger experience than what I did back in the day.
I still got to finish the story. That's something I'm going to work on. Definitely going to finish. I think I'm going to platinum Modern Warfare.
I believe.
I feel like it's a doable platinum. But
I think the special ops stuff too, though. I think that's going to be a bitch.
Yeah. No, there is no special ops stuff.
There's no special ops trophies?
I looked at the trophies the other day. There is. It's a DLC pack, though. Mm-hmm. Like a add-on. So thank God for that. Good looking out. Yeah, no, I'm just enamored by this game. Like I've honestly, I said I was in love with Apex, but Call of Duty has enough to where it's like it's not just Warzone. Like there's a awesome story to it when I want to jump into it. There's an awesome multiplayer modes, like, and then they're gonna keep adding to it, and there's gonna be new maps, and then they're gonna adapt the Warzone map, and they're gonna add different things to Warzone. It's like, to me, I feel like when the next Call of Duty comes out, I'm still gonna be playing Modern Warfare, and I feel like they made it to last. And I know you feel differently on it. I definitely think that this game is gonna have some legs, and I'm in love with this game.
While we're on this topic, a little off topic, but it's similar. What's the longest lasting game as far as community-wise that you've played?
That I've played?
Yeah. Like you can play the same game maybe 3-4 years down, and it was still a really fun and great game. And
Rainbow really has some legs in it for the community that it's in. Overwatch really had some legs in it until they probably could have not announced a new one, and it would still have
Overwatch is a really good one. Yeah.
What is it? Dota,
I've heard a lot of.
World of Warcraft is still out, still has legs, still the same game.
But I'm talking about that you played personally. Did you play all those games, or just those games that just lasted a long time?
I mean, Rainbow Six is probably the one I played with the most legs. At the time, Warhawk.
I've never heard of that one.
Warhawk was a PS3 game almost near launch, and at the end of the PS3 life cycle, there's still people playing it, like actively. So, yeah, I mean, I think Rainbow was the one that I think has had the biggest amount of people sticking around. There's still people playing Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight, I still see people playing. I haven't played it. I've touched it. I never really played it to really oh my god, I like Dead by Daylight. Like it's okay.
People are still. I mean, I was working with this guy who was saying that I got back into it, blah blah blah. blah. And it's like what? Like who's still playing that game? But like I said, I think Modern Warfare is gonna have that kind of community, and I hope they don't move on. I mean, I hope they play the next one, but I feel like. I feel bad for not Infinity War.
Advanced Warfare?
No, whoever comes out next. Either, I'm trying to think of the other one, Sledgehammer, or what's the other?
You're talking about company?
Yes, the developer.
Infinity Ward, Activision.
No, Activision's publisher. Sledgehammer. Treyarch
With the triangle.
So whoever's next. Like, imagine it's Sledgehammer. He's going to have a hell of a time.
This is Infinity Ward, right?
Yes.
I think Infinity Ward has made all of the Modern Warfare that had legs, I think had Infinity Ward behind them.
I mean, all of them were Infinity War.
I thought Treyarch made a couple of those.
No.
Like Black Ops was made by Treyarch?
Yeah, but not Modern Warfare.
Like all the Modern Warfares are all Infinity Ward. Yeah. Those are all Infinity Ward. Yeah. Okay, I think. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, everything Infinity Ward has touched for the most part. I think besides Advanced Warfare. I think Advanced Warfare was. Yeah, I know that's me. I'll talk past it. Nobody.
It's okay. Go ahead.
I feel like Infinity Ward has had nothing but success. I want to say that, but I don't know who made Advanced Warfare, and I think it might have been them.
It could have been. I could take a look, but Call of Duties don't last more than 2 years for me. Like, even as a community, I don't see them lasting much longer than that.
And people are probably like, oh, my God, get off this. Like, because I was like that, too. I hated hearing about Call of Duty. Like, I was so over Call of Duty and, the hype. I was like, oh, you Call of Duty, Madden playing. Like, you're those gamers are, for the most part, all the same.
Yeah.
Like, they play Call of Duty when it comes out. They play NBA and Madden when it comes out. And then they play maybe Gears of War when it comes out, you know. But other than that, they don't really play a whole lot. They don't play anything different. To me, that's the difference. Where it's like, I don't know. There's something about this Call of Duty that's just different to me. Where it's like I'm actually in love with this game. Whereas before, I'm not in love with Call of Duty. Before, I'm not in love with Modern Warfare. So that's why I'm excited to jump into. After I finish Modern Warfare's campaign, I'm going to jump into Modern Warfare 2's campaign. I'm very excited. It's going to look so pretty.
Just to give you an update, Advanced Warfare was made by Sledgehammer, not Infinity Ward.
Sledgehammer, that's who it is.
Yeah, so Infinity Ward's made... The last one, obviously, was Modern Warfare, but I think the one before that was MW3, was the last Infinity Ward Modern Warfare.
Damn, then they've been out.
No, Ghost, sorry.
Oh, Oh yeah,
Modern Warfare.
That wasn't a great one.
Ghosts. And Infinite Warfare. Actually, I'm seeing a bunch of newer games. I'm sorry. Infinite Warfare would have been the last one.
Oh yeah, those aren't good.
Those weren't that good.
Infinite. No, I didn't like Infinite.
Infinite wasn't that good.
Infinite and Ghost was not great.
After Modern Warfare, I think the Black Ops line just held strong until this game.
Yeah, that was the successors. Those were the big boys. Even Black Ops 3, I really enjoyed.
Black Ops 3 was one of my funnest experiences on Call of Duty I had in Black Ops 3.
Everybody hated it though. Because they're like, oh, the boots, the jet boots. I fuck those jet boots.
That wasn't in Black Ops 3?
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
Yep.
I'd never played.
Yep, the multiplayer. It was all futuristic.
No, you thinking of Advanced Warfare?
No.
Bro.
No, you're wrong.
Black Ops 3 did not have any jets.
You are wrong.
Black Ops 3 did not have it. Black Ops 3 had that one map that was on a boat, right? That big ass yacht.
First of all,
that was Modern Warfare 3 with that big ass yacht, because I specifically remember that map. I remember that map that was that of like I want to say like a mansion when it was like a pool and a garage on the side. It was like a pool outside.
Yeah,
and you played
there's
in
jet
front.
boots in that.
No,
bro.
bro.
It's not. Yeah, is it a yacht? I guess it is a yacht.
Yeah,
it's like a house, a mansion house, and it's snow.
No, it wasn't snowing. It wasn't snowing.
Hold on.
But I do remember that big ass yacht
keep
boat.
Talking.
That was Modern Warfare 3, and Advanced Warfare was the one with the jet boots where you can kind of just run
here's
and
my
like stick
issue.
on the wall and run on the
They
wall.
keep fucking redoing all these maps, and it really pisses me off.
Some of those maps are really good though.
Give me
Except
something.
Nuketown.
I mean,
Fuck Nuketown.
people hate. I know it's so played out. I hate Nuketown, which they're gonna bring back.
I'm sure.
First of all, I had an idea. Well, I'll go back to that. Give me new. Everybody hates the Modern Warfare maps, which I really like. A lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are trash, but I mean that's with any Call of Duty. But I would rather that than keep recycling all these maps. Now, thankfully, I'm a hypocrite because I like Rust. They brought back Rust, but at the same time, it's like Rust wasn't reused and reused and reused.
Yeah, I don't even think there was a lot of game modes with Rust.
I think there was 2 games that used Rust before this.
It was no,
but they had a weird. Yeah, I do remember seeing the side by sides.
it was only Modern Warfare 2.
No.
Shut the fuck
But
up.
they made it like futuristic. You know how they did Nuketown and they made it
Shut
futuristic?
The fuck up.
Yeah,
You're
I swear to God.
You're lying like
Yeah.
shit. Because I swear Rust
Yeah,
was,
that's what I thought too, but I was dead wrong. I was dead wrong.
Whatever. Like I said.
So you're telling me this isn't the futuristic jet boots?
Are you looking at Modern Warfare 3 gameplay?
Yes.
Or like a trailer or something, like a
Yes.
GIF?
Hold on. I don't care about your intro, kid.
In the comments right now.
Look, you don't remember that map? And look, you have the jet
Okay, I remember.
boots.
No, this is.
Yes, no, you have jet boots. This is
Okay,
this is Black Ops 3.
So clearly, this is Black Ops.
Yeah, you're wrong.
He's gonna jet slide.
Look how fast paced that is.
He just slid. What do you mean?
Hold on, watch. No, look how much faster. You don't remember this map? I remember this. I met you when this game came out. I remember playing this.
I don't remember this map.
But look how futuristic it looks. Look, you have like a hook. Hold on. I
do you mean
I
a
really
hook?
want him to jump. look. Jump. This piece
It's
of
not
shit.
in this game,
Look,
bro.
watch.
Look, okay, I'm sorry for the people that
Look,
are listening.
you see that meter right there when he's jumping? That's the boost.
Oh, hey, somebody just
Watch.
jumped on top of that. Okay.
Fuck. I'm sorry if you're watching. Well, anyway, I proved my point. Look. He was about to jump. Okay. But you see that meter? When he jumped, you see it drain.
The little boost.
When he does the second jump, you see it like drain. Anyway, I'm correct. Thank you. Come correct. Because I remember people were like, I don't want this Advanced Warfare bullshit into my... I was out of camera. Advanced Warfare bullshit into my Black Ops. I remember that was the big stream of contention. Again, I don't want to become a Call of Duty podcast because
Which one was I thinking of?
I know people out there like shut the fuck up about Call of Duty, but I enjoy it. You know what?
I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
I threw some stuff on Inside Xbox. I don't know if you
Inside
want to go
Xbox
through
was a
that.
bunch of bullshit, to be honest. I did read this article. Minecraft Dungeons was announced, Forza Streets, Gears Tactics. I mean, there's some good stuff in there. Project X Cloud was kind of explained a little bit more. Yeah, I mean,
it's not really much to have an in-depth conversation on, for sure. Like, it's kind of just touching over those. If you guys missed it, you know what I mean? A couple things came out, like you said, Forza Street for the iOS, Minecraft Dungeons, which I don't really know what more you can do with Minecraft, but I mean, they're doing it.
well, they'll shove it down our throat. I'm sure of it.
They're doing it. Obsidian had a new game. I think it was that Grounded, with the survival game. Yeah. I don't know. There's a couple other other indie games that were coming to the Game Pass that they were talking about.
Real quick, since we're done with this piece of shit news, you know what I mean?
Okay. All right. What we got? What you got for me?
I forgot Predator's coming out.
I had someone talking to me about Predator not that long ago.
I'm going to be jumping into that. So going back to the beginning of this discussion and this podcast, that's the next game I'm going to be playing. I forgot about that. That's coming out this month.
I've heard a couple, like very select people have told me good things about that game. Now, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm interested. I mean, I'm definitely going to jump in. I need something to play. That's going to be my next thing. 2, going back to Warzone real quick.
Okay, what you got?
Take out Dam and take out Hills and put in Nuketown as part of the map and put in Rust as part of the map.
No. Don't put in traditional maps into Warzone.
Well, that's what they did.
I like what Warzone was. Warzone's not
well, they have different bits of the maps, yeah.
No, they don't.
Yes. Dam's a map, multiplayer map. What is it? Superstore is a multiplayer map. There's another one that's like, the big rectangle where it's a bunch of hallways.
Big rectangle.
And there's like an airport, like a hangar.
Okay.
On the multiplayer.
Yeah.
That's in the game. The woods or the lodge or whatever the fuck they call it.
I thought
is in the game.
The Warzone map was literally just like their own brand new map with a bunch of new areas.
They've taken and integrated. I mean, there are some new areas, but they integrated a bunch of the different areas.
Well, why are you trying to replace one area with just
because take out fucking hills because that's new and boring, and integrate another piece of your maps. You know what I'm saying? Because they already have integrated maps on it. Airport.
How you feel about them expanding that map? Just taking what it is and just maybe throwing.
Take out the bullshit parts because there are bullshit parts. Hills, bullshit. Dam, bullshit.
You need bullshit though.
No.
There's always bullshit parts of every map. You need.
No.
Yeah. They make the game a little exciting. What if the circle ends in the bullshit part of the map? Then everyone has to play a little differently.
Happens.
Exactly.
But take out hills, take out Dam, put in Rust, and put in Nuketown. That's all I'm saying. And that's it. And that's all I'm saying. Doesn't seem that hard, and that's all I'm saying.
They can take out Dam and put a map like Estate. I feel like they'd be a better map.
That'd be dope too. Estate would be cool.
Estate back there in the snow. That'd be dope.
Mm-hmm. I'm for it. And here we are having this discussion.
I'm for it.
Right here on Invite Only. Thank you for watching, listening, whatever you're doing with us. We appreciate you. I see you there laying on your bed. I see you. I hear you loud and clear, buddy. Get your hand away from there. If you want to keep up to date with us, subscribe on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/playeverything.
/playeverything.
If you're an audio listener, you can listen to us on all podcast services, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, everywhere. We are just all up in your ear holes. Help support us there. You can stay up to date with Chip Tooth Gaming at CT.
At what?
Nope.
With who?
Stay up to date. Play everything at PE_productions on Twitter, Instagram. You can follow me at Cheeks_Junior. You can follow Shawn So Nasty at That Kid Flowers on Twitter. Please, we want to hear from you every week. We appreciate you sticking in with us and listening to us. And I really do appreciate you all, you motherfuckers. Sorry about my Call of Duty rant. That's just how it's going to be. And we will be back eventually live. So again, that is mixer.com/playeverything. Drop the sparks, drop the love, go subscribe over there. If you're listening on YouTube, make an account on Mixer and subscribe to us. You don't even have to watch us, just subscribe to us. If you're listening to us, only listen to us, subscribe to those. You know what I mean? And the same thing with the YouTube. If you only listen, so go over there. It helps us out. It all helps us get all mixed up in there. You know what I mean? Big bowl of diversity. You know what I mean?
On the topic of subscribing, I used to be that person that would just go to YouTube, look up a video, maybe even see like a whole feed of videos that were similar to it. I would never subscribe. But now that I do subscribe, it's a lot easier to find videos that are similar to it. So just subscribe to us, and who knows? You might find a video that you may like. Aside of this, maybe another one of ours.
You might but it makes find somebody better than us.